one of the league games. It is
10 seconds
players
to go.
on Rampage City. And
Radiant's
co-casting with
banned.
me today is Admiral? Yeah.
All right.
Admiral Ray.
Ray, if you want.
Okay, let me just turn up the volume because I can hardly hear you.
Oh, wow, this meta has been quite the meta.
Indeed.
It's fairly similar bans
10
throughout.
Go.
Okay, Slark, I have a
Wow.
feeling they banned Slark
Radiant's
because of
banned.
yesterday's game. Have you
Dyer's
seen
pick.
yesterday's game against, what was it? America's finest Dota 2 players?
No, I
And-
haven't, but I'm sure.
Oh my god, that
Slark
was a
would wreck.
crazy game. It was best out of 3, and it was the Tuesday playoffs, so it's eliminations basically, not like this league games. So what happened was, first game,
Radiant's
the
pick.
All-American finest gamers, they were destroyed. In the second game, they turtled, and with
Radiant's pick.
the Tinkers split pushing, they won the second game. On the third game, it was pushing like 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. So I was like, okay, I'll just watch it later, and I went to bed. But apparently the other team, who I forgot the name, won that game.
Oh,
Dyer's pick.
sounds like an epic best of 3.
Oh yeah, it was very epic.
Oh, so wow, interesting pickup. Centaur, Warrunner, first pick choice for players. I've yet to see that picked up. as
Yeah.
first pick.
I think this is the first time I've seen it too. Okay, Timbersaw is pretty
Wow.
generic.
10
Viper,
seconds to go.
it's out there. Wait,
5
never seen a
seconds.
Centaur.
Viper's been pretty generic these
Reserve
days. too.
time.
But we'll have to see if this Centaur is gonna be game breaking. Or is it just gonna feed?
Yeah, that's.
Maybe they have a
Yeah.
maybe they have a good plan in mind for that Centaur.
Well, that's always an option. As yesterday again on the AD2L, they had Batrider, which just fed throughout the game on the first game, and the second game they didn't choose him, and then the third game they chose him and they lost. So it may turn out
Yeah.
to be like that again, but yeah.
Well, what I do know that Fnatic has been trying out Centaur Warrunner lately, so maybe they've been watching some Fnatic games and went like, oh, let's try this out.
Yeah. That Stampede, man. That's a good ulti, I'll tell you that. The one
So next year.
I never got to master is, I don't know why, but Axe. Axe's ulti, I forgot the name of it. It like
Pulling Blade.
Yeah, that one. I don't know why, but I just mistime it, or I can never master that. It is my little secret that I like to share.
Oh, good.
Well, they're taking their time for their second pick. I think they're gonna thinking of a support
And we're
that can do
back.
well against Viper and Timber.
Yeah, that's like Timber is. It's been played
10
a
seconds
lot,
to go.
so
About time.
the weaknesses are all there. So I think they're
Dyer's
caring
banned.
about Viper. They want to counter Viper, and the Dazzle is picked up, like you said. It's a support,
Radiant's banned.
and the Shallow Grave will probably be most helpful against Viper.
Yeah. And also the
Dyer's
Timber Saw
banned.
too, because Timber Saw is full of burst. You can't if your carry like gets bursted by Timber Saw,
Oh yeah.
there's no Shallow Grave. It's over. So they banned out the Death Prophet because if the Death Prophet fits in
Radiant's banned.
with Viper and Timber, it's pretty hard to go against 3 of the tankiest cores out there.
Radiant's pick.
True. They also Invoker's banned by Rampage City. Well, Clockwork is banned, and Abaddon. You know, that is a very good ban for me, because like you said, Timbersaw and Viper, they will just go to town And if Avion is there with
10
ulti,
seconds to
then
go.
it's kind of like, well, you just filled my HP up to the
5
max,
seconds.
and it's all good to go.
Reserve time.
I'm surprised they didn't pick up Invoker since they had first pick after the bans.
Yeah.
Invoker has been absurdly strong in this meta. The Quaswex Invoker can do so much ever since the buff. But
Well, you can't
no,
just
we'll
take.
see.
Yeah, you can't just make two. What is it called? You can't just combine two spells for Invoker and play the same two spells over and over again throughout the game. You have to have a really good Invoker player in mind to do that.
Yeah. It's always useful to get someone on your team to learn Invoker if you don't have an Invoker player.
Dyer's
That's for
pick.
sure.
Ancient. Okay, this is my 4th time seeing this Ancient this week.
Been really common actually.
Yeah. In the tournament.
Um,
Ursa.
Yeah,
Radiant's pick.
I didn't see that coming.
yeah, these picks from players. I think they're if they pull this off, I'm gonna give props to them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Think about Rampage right now. They're just scratching their heads, doing, what are they going to do
Dyer's
next?
pick.
It's all over the place.
Part of the reason why they picked up the Ancient Apparition too is because the Ice Blast goes through Dazzle's ulti. I mean Dazzle's Shallow Grave. It's pretty handy.
I really want to
10
see.
seconds to go.
I really want to see Disruptor's timing on the kinetic field and the storm.
Radiant's ban.
The thing is, Rampage City is lacking in stun, basically. So if
Dyer's ban.
players play it well and use the Centaur ulti, I don't think anyone can catch them, and they can just kite them around because there's basically no stuns.
Yeah.
And Viper's Viper Strike doesn't slow them to Centaur's ulti.
10 seconds to go.
So we see Zeus picked up by the players as their secondary support
5
player.
seconds.
I don't think Zeus is. Was Zeus go support?
Radiant's
You
pick.
often see Zeus mid.
I
I'm
don't
not sure if
think
he'll go
so.
support.
Well, his last hitting, well, he doesn't have enough damage at the base level to get that last hitting much, unless you.
How Zeus mids is he spams his arc lightning
Yeah.
for the last hit, so he doesn't need to
10 seconds to go.
attack. Normal attack.
5 seconds.
Like, it looks like people are taking their time with these picks. I mean, look, 7 bonus seconds left.
Reserve
for
time.
Players right now, and Rampage City is losing their last minute.
Well, if it does become a Zeus mid, I think Zeus will have a tough time against Viper. Viper levels up corrosive skin, which gives him bonus magical resistance.
Mhm.
So they're still missing a hard carry.
Oh yeah. Well, Centaur and Ursa are, for the players, very, very tanky heroes. Viper is not as tanky, but not as squishy also. And Ancient and Disruptor is just squishy. Timbersaw with that
10 seconds to
passive
go.
skill, the reactive armor, gives them a lot of HP
5
regen and
seconds.
armor for that, I think 16 seconds to 30 seconds. And here we see the hard carry,
Dyer's
like you
pick.
mentioned, that it's Slardar.
Makes sense. They wouldn't want to go
Yep.
something like anti-mage where he can't contribute to the fight
No.
until late game.
With anti-mage, you are guaranteed a long game or a very short game if the other team wants to just push in hard and finish it before that anti-mage gets his farm.
10 seconds to go.
What Rampage City is going for is definitely a mid-game
5 seconds.
Yeah.
fight and take control and then go for their towers.
Yeah. I mean,
Reserve
Slaughter
time. 5
initiates
seconds.
and stuns them, and then Disruptor just puts up the kinetic field, was it? The barrier, and then the static storm.
Kinetic
and,
field.
Yeah. Okay, they got 3 supports for players now. Very odd.
I think
Alright.
it's gonna be a Shadow's Famous support. Well, we'll see in a few minutes. Or in 1 minute, actually.
Yeah.
Places,
Yeah.
everyone.
Like you said, Zeus is going mid.
Zeus is going into the lane with no items. Oh my goodness, is he gonna completely bottle rush?
I have a feeling he will.
Seems Juan here is deciding what to go. Will they buy Courier? Oh my goodness. There's a ward. Seems they're a bit confused. Anyways, do you wanna introduce the teams? Or one of the teams?
You can do that actually. I'll just pull them up.
Right.
You'll do Rampage City and I'll do players. How about that?
Alright, okay, on the Radiant side we have Rampage City. With
30 seconds to go.
a stand-in playing their mid, Pink Pony. Reverie on their Ancient Apparition. Chenstar on the Disruptor. Slardar played by Humanist, and Crazy Killa on the Timbersaw.
Oh boy, I have my
And they're off.
game sound so high right now. It is ridiculous.
There's something wrong?
There is. Just the announcer is too
Got a
loud.
feeling this is gonna be good.
But
And-
anyways,
and he
it looks
won't
like they're
shut
gonna
up.
try to first blood mid with these 2 support ganks. They're hidden really well too.
Yeah, they're out of the sight. Zeus has no idea.
Oh, Zeus knows. He's playing really cautious. 2 supports off the map. He smells trouble.
Now I think his team members told him, "Hey, look, there are players missing right now." See, he just goes in, kinetic
No.
field up, and Ancient is
Yeah.
going on him with the slippery.
That's a first blood.
First blood goes to Ancient
easy on
Aberration.
Yeah. Well, Zeus wasn't careful enough.
Yeah, my game sound is bugged right now. The announcer won't shut up, so I'm very sorry, guys. I'll try to restart my Dodo when the first game is done, or if we have a 3-minute pause.
Seems like they're opting for a offensive tri lane.
Yeah, look, Dazzle is going down by the
Dazzling
Slaughter.
no
Picks up the
more.
second
I
kill.
came a long way to see
This
you
is a great
die.
head start for Rampage City.
Oh yeah,
Within before 2 minutes, and they already secured 2 kills.
yeah. It's just that first kill, the first blood went to Ancient Apparition. That bothers me while playing as support. I really want to feed my carries, so I never get the last hits. But you know what? They want that kill, and Ancient got that. I don't. I can't just. I don't know. It is. It
Well,
pains
they were
me.
beside
Yeah.
they were beside tier 1 mid, so
True.
they didn't want to take any chances.
Yep.
Oh, and here we see counter warding going
yeah.
on.
Lots of misses.
So if Radiant decides to gank mid again, Zeus will have no sight at all.
True.
So he'll be even more scared to stand up front
Okay, he
against his
has-
Viper.
Oh, I think he's going for mana boost. He's going to get the point booster, the energy booster. I'm sorry.
This is the first time I've seen a naked energy booster rush.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
there's
think-
action going up on top.
Okay, let's see at top. Ursa is damaged heavily.
Fuzzy
and
Wuzzy
Disruptor
had
picks up the
no
kill. Where Dazzle is.
zap.
Yeah, Dazzle.
I was under orders.
It is.
Schooled you good.
It's going horribly for players right now.
Well, you know
Their
what?
tri-lane is failing, and this isn't getting much out of mid lane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Viper is oh my goodness, Viper has more than double Zeus's this CS, and he's controlling the lane with a bottle too. Definitely the bottle will outplay the Zeus, which only has a energy booster.
Oh yeah. Look at Zeus's last hits. It's 6 and Viper has 15 and 7 denies. Zeus is getting
The ward,
outlaned very, very
yeah,
much.
the ward in the dire jungle caught the 2 support rotations, so now they're in a wild goose chase actually, finding the 2 supports. They caught each other walking in to the jungle.
The wards always help in the early game. Oh, here we
We
see.
have a smoke gank incoming.
Yep. By Rampage City going in for another time for Zeus, has no mana whatsoever and only has 500
Zeus smells
HP.
it though. He's standing on the far right side.
Yes, yes, he does. Okay, so Ancient Apparition might go in
Radiant's
for
bottom
the
tower's seen better
Cold Feet.
days.
Then they go in. Cold Feet has gone
There's a
down,
glimpse.
and
Oh, no.
it's game over for Zeus.
How about that?
Zeus goes down, and Ancient might
I'm
go
your
down.
god
Ancient goes
too.
down
Kill
also.
with lightning.
Tanks to that tower, but
Dire's
Zeus
mid tower's
won't
having
pick up that kill.
technical difficulties.
That is a shame. How much gold do the players get if it's just a normal kill?
It's the level times, I don't know, a set amount of gold, and also it depends on your spree too. The spree
Dire's
that you
mid
hold,
tower could use a little
you
help.
lose more gold as you have a longer spree,
Okay.
and the opposite applies. The player who kills another player with a spree gains more gold.
So we see both Centaur and Timber are both level 6.
There's a lot of action happening top right now. I doubt that
Somebody's
Shallow
cooking.
Grave is gonna save.
No,
My deepest
it's level 1.
sympathies.
I mean, they're both all the same, but
Not for you.
look at this. That's level 2. Meanwhile, this
These
Shrapnel
supports have
just
been
leveled up
playing
4.
really well. They've been securing kills up top and also controlling mid lane too, while
Yeah.
counter warding.
Yeah.
So they're pretty on top of the game right now. They
Yep.
scout out the Centaur rotation too.
Yeah. And they put another ward up. So Viper's
If you
getting
look at
pretty
the last hit-
farmed. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
if
about
you
to tell
look
you
at the
that.
last hit charts right now, like it's the 3 cores on the Radiance that's having the highest CS.
Mhm.
Can't do nothing about dire structures right now.
So we see Timbersaw pushing the bottom tower. And that will actually force an Ursa, I believe. Yep, an Ursa TP. And Timber says, I'm out of here, and goes on to help top. Looks like a 4-man
They're gonna
top
go
right
in
now.
soon.
Yeah, it's a 3-on-4. Cold Feet goes on Centaur runner. Oh my god, Timbersaw. Centaur runner will probably go down right now.
That's 4 in a row.
He does. Sodor picks up the
You
kill.
were out
Meanwhile,
of your depth.
Dazzle and Shadow Shaman can't do anything but to watch their friend die. It's interesting because Centaur actually used his, I believe it's ulti, the Stampede, and that helped Dazzle and Shadow Shaman get out of the field, the kinetic field,
Trouble brewing
But
at Radiant's bottom
Forerunner
tower.
got caught in it. Shadow Shaman, what are you doing?
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight
Shadow
right
Shaman
now.
will get picked up
Bless
by
Liar!
no.
Yes,
Shallow
that's-
Grave. Oh no.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now. Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Now they're playing. Radiant decides that they have the advantage right now, so they're playing some really aggressive Dota. And how they react to that is they place a ward really deep behind the tier 1 to just scout out the whole lane. So whenever they see a hero, they'll go diving after them.
Yep.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Disruptor is getting heavily hit. But
5 in a row.
I gave up immortality. Total spawnage.
you might as well call GG right now and save the embarrassment. Honestly, it's been 9 minutes and it's 10-2. I don't want to look at the gold and XP graphs, but I gotta do it. And it's almost 5,000 in the Rampage cities way, and the gold is again it's the same almost 5,000 on the Rampage city. And there are no dips and bounds. I mean, it just goes climbing up and up and up.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single time where they actually took advantage during this whole game. Now what the Dire needs to do right now is stop committing so many people to
Yeah.
top when they have to find farm elsewhere in the map, and they just have to ward up the map and try to see their rotations, the Radiant rotations. When you're committing your whole team up top, then that's just playing right into the Radiant's hand. The Radiant will decide to gank elsewhere and take farm all over the map while you're committing your whole team top.
Yeah. And here we see Ursa going for that Roche. I mean, if you're Ursa, you have to do Roche at an earlier level. It's just like a
He'll
commitment.
take this with ease, there's no one
Yeah.
around to even stop it.
I don't think they even know, honestly.
Roche won't be stomping around no more thanks to the Dire.
When there's an Ursa on the team, you have to smell the Roche, that early Roche for sure.
Like a Shallow Grey
ward
won't
up.
save Zeus. Even though the speed it still goes down.
Unthinkable.
Ancient Apparition is low on health, but will survive. And that is it. Again, it's Zeus, the middle guy, the mid lane hero, getting. I
Now-
actually don't understand why they chose Shadow Shaman as their last pick.
Well, one thing's for sure, they're just gonna keep dying if they keep TPing to this tier 1 up here.
Yeah, look,
Oh my
Slardar with the blink dagger going in, stunning everybody. Warrunner
about
is
that?
getting dropped, the same with Dazzle. Shadow Shaman is low on health, even
Somebody's on a roll. 2 down.
Timbersaw will get that.
Take this warning,
Die.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
Now that one ward over there behind the Dire tier 1 is doing so much work right now.
Yep.
Because they can
Radiant's
see all the
bottom
TP
tower's
rotations
seen
in
better
and they know
days.
exactly when to go in.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Also is
The
going
Ursa's
in.
gonna get kited
Yeah, I mean,
because of the slows.
why are you still going in like that? Look, Dazzle's like, should I go in? Should I not go in? Yeah, I'm gonna back out. No, I'm gonna come back. I'm going to help my buddy, but it's not going to be enough. Like, they're already gone. They're out of there. The Aegis is wasted. I don't know.
Dark
This
light.
game looks like they don't care about the ancients, each other ancients anymore. It's about who can take tier 1 top lane
Yeah.
first.
Oh, okay, look at this. Slardar is getting free farm at the bottom right now. I mean, come on, you gotta TP somebody there. This time, players will go and try to get the game one, but nothing will happen. Tinder saw.
I cobble my
Oh my
room
god.
with blades.
6 in a row.
Slaughter TP's in, blinks in, gets in.
My blade cleaves no more.
At one point, you
What
have to
was
realize
that?
that you cannot keep committing to the same cause if it keeps failing. Dire should have realized ages ago that they cannot take on a team fight with such a huge disadvantage, but they keep pushing, or they keep teleporting to top and trying to force fights, which is exactly the opposite of what they should be doing. They should split across the map and find farm
Yeah, but
and try to find trading. Try to trade some towers.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
do you know what Zeus is trying to do?
Dire's structure's looking fortified.
I
The
don't know,
Dire might
actually.
want to mine
He's
their top
sitting in
tower.
base. He's
Dire's got
Oh,
one last top tower.
Tier 1 finally falls. Well,
14
within
minutes.
14 minutes there has been 23 kills.
Okay,
And
look
it's
at
all been...
okay, look at this horrible, horrible ward placement on here.
Well, when you're desperate for towers, you
I
want to
get-
try your best to take towers.
I guess so. Dazzle with Delusion Rune coming middle. Surprisingly, bottom tower is pretty low in health.
But there's no
Trouble
way.
brewing at Radiant's
There's
bottom
no way
tower.
that Ursa can take it.
No.
In the
he's not-
meantime,
he's not
the
even going
Radiant
in.
will try to secure all the towers.
Yeah, look, they're going in middle right now. Xiao Shaman getting caught in the kinetic field.
Not so fast.
Oh, Shallow Grave might save him a little, but
That's 4 in a row. Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
not enough. Ulti goes on Zeus.
Going from broke.
For me.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Now notice how none of Zeus's nukes actually hurt Viper because of his level 3 corrosive skin.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Then we see a Radiance tower going down.
Dire's
Ursa.
mid tower's nothing now.
Ursa knew that there was no way he could have won the fight for his teammates, so he decided to trade a tower, tier 1 bot for tier 1 mid, which was very smart of Ursa.
Well, they should have done that ages ago. Where
Dire's
they were
mid tower
contesting
won't last much
top tier
longer.
1. I mean,
Enmeshed!
like we see this in I see it in a lot of up games, and
To my ancestors,
That's 4 in a
I
row.
return.
2 down. Dire's mid tower could use a little help. Somebody's on a
The
roll.
Radiant is pretty
3
low,
down.
but only Ursa's alive to do anything.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Jeez.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
if this isn't GG, I don't know what is. Honestly, look at this. Ursa is just sitting there.
Dire's mid tower won't last much
Like,
longer.
They don't know what to do. They don't have a plan. At first, I thought they would have a plan with the Warrunner, Dazzle, Ursa. But
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
this kind of shows you gotta go with the standard classic
Hope the
players.
Dire weren't partial
And
to that mid tower.
I don't know. It's very confusing.
Radiant's top tower's in
I mean,
bad
good teams
shape.
can make anything work, but they clearly Dire needs practice to understand their objectives and what they need to do rather than committing 5 heroes over and over again
Yeah.
to a lost cause.
And they're getting team wiped over and over again, like you said. This kinetic field is a very, very good defensive barrier.
Seems like they're protecting Roshan, but not gonna be up. Oh, there's
like
1
2,
minute
3
left
minutes.
actually.
Yeah. I can only read the inner circle, not the outer one.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
So here we see Radiant. They've already taken tier 1 top and then both towers mid, so they're opting
Radiant's
to take
mid
the rest
tower's
of
getting the what
bottom
for.
tower. What they shouldn't have done was let Dire so easily grab a hold of tier 1 mid.
Yeah.
Oh, it seems Dire is learning a lot.
The
They're
Dire best
committing
do
for
something
trades,
about that bottom tower.
But it's not going
knowing
to be
they
enough
can't take
because it's
fights.
5 on the bottom against like 3 on the top.
Dire's bottom towers get the Dire gave up a bottom
They do
tower.
have wards up, serpent wards up.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Okay.
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom tower?
Shadow Shaman's
They're
wards.
essentially,
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Okay, my
The
question
Radiant
is,
lost the top tower.
if you have these certain wards,
Dire just couldn't save that bottom tower.
why
Radiant's
wouldn't you
top
go
tower's in bad
and
shape.
make sure that the wards hit the tower?
Guess what's happening to Dire's bottom
that's
tower?
just
Radiant's
this
mid
micro.
tower could use a
Lack of
hand.
micro.
The Dire went and fortified their structures. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Look,
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Shadow Starter goes in.
7 in a row. How about that?
Down.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Oh my goodness, Ursa just
Apparition
beat.
Radiant's top tower's hurting. 5 in a row.
To sleep.
5 in a row.
Now that's very smart of Radiant. They know exactly how strong they are, and that they can siege the base in 19
Hey,
minutes in. So
Yeah,
that's
here
what
we
they
see
do.
a
And
GG right here.
Rough day for Dire's bottom racks. The Radiant done it.
what a convincing first game.
Yeah. I can guarantee you we will see either a Slaughter or Viper first banned from the players.
Very well played to Radiant, Rampage
Yeah.
City.
Well, we didn't get the chance to look at the items and the gold that they have accumulated. It looks pretty standard with the Timbersaw going for a Bloodstone and Dazzle going for all like mech. And there isn't anything out of the ordinary for the 20-minute, well, sub 20-minute game. Here we see Ancient going for maybe, I want to say, yep, going for that Wind.
So are we going for game 2 now?
Yeah, we're going to go for the game 2, and it will probably begin in like 5 minutes.
Alright,
Well, thanks for having or being here and helping me out.
no problem. Here's mine.
Alright, I'll see you in game 2.